Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be talking about the new weekly, Epic Dungeon. So, there's essentially two parts of Epic Dungeon, and the first part I want to talk about is doing the dungeon itself. When you first start Epic Dungeon, you'll have to go through the storyline, which takes roughly around 45 minutes to an hour. And after that, you are finally able to dive into the 10 stages. Disclaimer, I know this video is late, but on the bright side, I was able to do some testing. On average, with roughly 37 to 38k main stat, I was able to complete all 10 stages in around the same time as it takes to do the storyline, 45 minutes to an hour. This is more dependent on how good your mobbing is. If you're playing a good mobbing class, such as like Luminous or Ice Lightning Mage, then you're definitely going to have an easier time. Okay, so let's move on and talk about the mobbing stages. These would be stages 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. These stages simply require you to defeat mobs until you reach 100%. From time to time, there will be special mobs that have higher HP than the regular mobs. If you can't one-shot these mobs, it would be my recommendation to switch over to Mitra and use his skills to one-shot the mobs. Of course, you're free to do whatever you'd like. However, defeating the special mobs increases your bar or meter or gauge, whatever you want to call it, a little bit faster. Next, on stages 4, 5, 7, and 8, there will be a special boss monster in the middle of the map, and if you don't clear the special mobs, a message will pop up saying that you should attack the boss to get a huge amount of mobs. Doing so will expedite your bar or meter or gauge, however you want to call it. And once you fill up to 100%, you can move on to the next stage. Now, let's move over to stages 3, 6, 9, and 10. On stage 3, the boss's touch damage does roughly 20 to 25% of your max HP, so try not to touch it, as you are unable to use any potions in the boss room. Though, you could always just use a healing familiar if it works, but from time to time, there will be a small orange sun that spawns in, randomly in the room, and you will have to spam your NPC chat button to heal. You have 10 lives for each boss, so if you lose all of them, get good and stop dying. Come on, you're better than that. Other than that, just smack it until it goes down. The boss stages do have a secondary phase where they spawn in little mobs for you to defeat. The easiest way to deal with it is to switch over to Mitra and take them out. Next is stage 6. This boss is pretty easy, as you just have to be on a different platform when the attack drops. This boss does not have any touch damage, so you're free to jump around. Moving on to stage 9, this boss has a dash attack that is quite large, so either dodge it with your mobility skills or use an iframe. Again, all these bosses do around 20 to 25% of your max HP if you do get hit. Finally, let's talk about stage 10, the final boss. This boss has a really big hitbox, and it has a few attacks. The first attack that I'm going to talk about is the laser beams. It's basically the same as the third phase of Black Mage or the second phase of Lucid. But a quick disclaimer, the laser beams will seem smaller and the hitbox will expand. That, later down the line, will be fixed to be more accurate. So, at the end of the day, just try to dodge all the lasers and you'll be fine. If you take a laser, that's 20 or 25% of your HP gone, which isn't too big of a deal. You can always just heal it with the sun or use an iframe. The second attack is a horizontal platform laser. You can easily dodge this by rope lifting up or jumping down a platform. The last attack is a vertical laser, which stops moving before it attacks you, so just jump out of the area to dodge it. Next, after a certain time, the boss will perform a test check. You will lose a life if you fail the test. The test consists of defeating the small minions that spawn around the map. Once again, switching over to Mitra to take them out will make your life a little bit easier. Once you do, go back to the main middle platform and hit the NPC chat button. This will do a significant amount of damage to the boss. Once the animation plays out, it's a good idea to do your burst since the boss won't be attacking for a few seconds. Rinse and repeat and you should be fine. And that's it, you're done for the week. Now, you have to contemplate whether or not you want to increase your rewards. So now, let's move on to part 2. For part 2, we're going to be talking about the rewards, and if it's actually worth getting this bonus or special bonus rewards. First of all, it's really dependent on your server's mesomarket, whether or not your server has a high or low rate. Currently on KMS, 100 mil equals to around 3.3 maple points, which means I need around 300 mil to claim the bonus reward. It is also dependent on how much each token sells for. Currently, each token sells for around 39 mil each, and by the time I'm recording, it's actually been 40 mil. Meaning, if you get a total of 8 tokens, you'll earn roughly 312 mil back, breaking even. However, there is a guaranteed way to make more mesos from this. In the reward point shop, you can actually purchase 5 tokens. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be implemented in GMS, but that brings your total up to 507 mil. So, on KMS, it is worth it to get the bonus reward, as the total amount you earn is around 200 mil. Let's talk about the special bonus rewards. It costs 15k Maple points to redeem, meaning you'll have to spend around 500 mil to get the 15k Maple points. You get a total of 12 tokens this way, and adding the 5 from the reward point shop, you'll get 17. Doing the math, you'll earn around 663 mil, earning 163 mil as a result. This is just 1 week of Epic Dungeon. There's 4 weeks in a month, and only 5 tokens in the reward point shop. This means you will not be able to break even if you claim the special bonus rewards. However, it is possible to break even by claiming the regular bonus rewards. So let's optimize this. If you get the bonus reward for 3 weeks, you get 24 tokens, which is 936 mil. So you've earned 136 mil from that week, from 3 weeks. On the 4th week, you can claim the special bonus reward, meaning you'll get 12 tokens, which is 468 mil. But you'd have to spend 500 mil to get Maple points. So you're at a net negative there. Your 5 free tokens from the reward point shop, as long as you do your bosses, you'll get the reward points to buy those. That equals to 195 mil. So the total amount of mesos you earn by selling all these tokens is around 1.59 bill. And how much of that 1.6 bill have you spent on the meso market, right? Let's do some math here. So 7,500 times 3 weeks is 22,500 Maple points. That's how much you need for 3 weeks. You need 15,000 Maple points for the 4th week. Add that together, you need a total of 37,500 Maple points. Assuming KMS meso market rates, 3.3k for 100 mil, that means you need to spend roughly 1.2 bill on buying Maple points alone, meaning you only earn around 400 mil at the end of the month. Please let me know if my math is wrong or if there's a better way to optimize the earnings. This new system is heavily dependent on the meso market, and if your server has bad rates, then it would be hard to recommend even getting the bonus reward. Just do it for the Soul Erda energy and the experience. The token is just extra cash, and it is always a net negative if you claim the special bonus reward. Keep in mind, there is a Maple points fee when selling the tokens, so you might need to spend a little bit more mesos on acquiring Maple points. So here are my final thoughts. Is Epic Dungeon worth doing weekly? For the free EXP and the free Soul Erda energy? Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's roughly on par with Monster Park Extreme, and if you claim the extra rewards, it's pretty much on par with MPE. The Soul Erda energy is 1 full energy, so that's always nice. Now, I'm not sure if GMS is going to change the Soul Erda energy into Soul Fragments, because we all know that we're all lacking in Soul Erda Fragments in GMS, but in KMS, it's the other way around. People are apparently lacking in Soul Erda, because Soul Erda Fragments in KMS are tradable. So, hopefully, GMS makes the right decision and gives us the fragments as a reward instead. Now, if you've got a consistent weekly bossing party, then you'll naturally max out on your Soul Erda energy, and you'll probably max it out just by doing the daily. Also, on KMS, players who are willing to carry other players through like the hard bosses, they're basically requesting Soul Erda fragments as payment. So that's basically how people are getting their fragments. So to close out this video, I would say do Epic Dungeon just for the base rewards. And if you've got some extra mesos to spend, you can spend it on the bonus rewards. Otherwise, I'd do it just for the experience. I'd do it just for the Soul Erda fragment if it becomes Soul Erda fragment. But I would just do it for the experience. It's good experience, even at 270 plus. So that's going to be one of my ways to hit 280. I hope you found this video informative. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to show your support in whatever you fancy, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.